You spread out the skies. You have opened our eyes. Your ways, oh God, they are holy.
Hello everyone, and welcome to this series of biblical conundrums and their solutions. And the first puzzle we're looking at is in the apostolic letter of James. Something very strange seems to happen in the course of this letter. James begins addressing his audiences affectionately as beloved brethren, but soon he's using language like adulterous people, predicting their doom and telling them to weep and howl for the misery that's going to come upon them. Preachers and commentators will tie themselves up in knots if they try to apply all of this uniformly to local congregations and normal church life. Translators sometimes try to help by toning down the language. So for what causes wars and fighting among you, they might say something like quarrels and disputes. But that's not necessary, and it doesn't work. There's a better way of reading James. The key to understanding this letter is to see that the apostle switches mode halfway through, from pastoral instructions for the faithful to prophetic proclamation against a wicked world. James is writing to Jewish congregations outside Israel scattered across the Greco-Roman world. He knows that in that world, these new believers will face growing anti-Christian persecution. They will suffer. So in the middle of his pastoral teaching, he suddenly assumes the mantle of an Old Testament prophet and starts crying out against the evils of a godless world that's threatening the church. He does this to encourage the hard-pressed believers. He wants them to hear prophetically that God is on their side, that evil will not win. Godlessness will mean ultimate ruin for those who embrace it. The passage where his focus changes from pastoral instruction to prophecy is chapter 4, most of it, and chapter 5, 1 to 6. In chapter 4 there's an aside at verses 11 and 12, probably aimed at some in the congregations who might be tempted to side with the proselytizers who were giving Paul so much grief with their hardline emphasis on the law. That's how to read James. The apostle's main focus is on faithful congregations, giving them loving pastoral advice and instructions. When he switches to prophetic mode, chapters 4 and 5, he speaks out furiously against an evil world of anti-Christian forces threatening the church. That thundering prophecy is meant for the believer's encouragement, to inspire them to hope and to endurance.